Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-September right through to mid-October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome, and I will be using one deck only because I love the simplicity it lends to this reading. I'm going to do a Celtic cross, so let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding their love situation? Can you please guide them? Who is coming towards them? What do they need to know right now regarding their current circumstances? Can you please illuminate the way? Well, the first thing I can see in the water is a volcano. Okay, so some of you, it can indicate that you've been dormant for quite some time, but that passion is smoldering underneath and you are ready to create new landscapes in some way. But perhaps you haven't met the right person who taps into that level of passion. So the passion is still there, but it's kind of on hold right now. Also, it can indicate that, you are someone who's very, very strong. You tend to keep a lot of your emotions under the surface and you reserve them for the right person. So I'm not really sure how else to decode that other than, you're waiting for someone to awaken that part of yourself, because you may have felt that you've met lots of people who really, just aren't hitting that mark, or perhaps you are not meeting anyone at all and you just feel like right now you are not isolated, because a volcano can represent standing out, but also isolation, feeling like you're a little bit alone right now, that you have withdrawn from love for a reason, in order to follow your passions or focus on your inner world right now, and you're just waiting for the right time. So I'm just going to leave that there because I'm not sure how else to decode that. I mean, maybe there will be some major news story regarding a dormant volcano suddenly erupting, and it kind of aligns with you about to meet new love. So maybe it's that, or perhaps, you'll see an image of a volcano just before you meet a person. So please take it as it resonates. I'll just leave that image there and move on. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Well, looking at your cards, I definitely see that, yeah, we got 3 of Swords here. We got 10 of Swords. You've been through a lot. You've been really tested in love. I mean, every time I do a reading for a Scorpio, there is so much pain. And this can indicate, something difficult that you are trying to resolve in this lifetime. It can be a karmic experience that you've been having. Now, this could be with someone who keeps trying to re-enter your life. Maybe it's someone that you experienced in the past. It could also be that things are a struggle right now and you can't see how love can come into your life. I do see a lot of you really focusing on your own needs right now, looking at what you have to offer in life in general, not just in love, but also I feel like you are casting a critical eye on your life right now to look at eradicating things or people or situations that cause you pain, because you've been through enough. Okay, so whether with that 10 of Swords, some of you have been in a high level commitment in the past and it was very damaging or painful, the ending, and you're trying to heal from that, or you felt really vulnerable, because when you fall in love, my beautiful Scorpio, you're all in, and that can make you feel a bit vulnerable at first. That's why you take like a little bit of a step back before you dive in. So even when you meet a person, you're very cautious. and I gotta say this, and don't shoot the messenger when I say it, because I'm a Scorpio too. You don't mean to test a person, but you may need to kind of like fully, okay. You may need to fully kind of get the measure of a person before you commit to them. It's like you don't fall in love easily. It can indicate that, you are someone who reserves your judgment, shall we say, until the final moment of diving in. And sometimes a person can misunderstand your energy because they see you withdrawing when actually you're protecting your energy, and they see you as stepping back a little bit. So then they step back a little bit. They feel a bit hesitant, and they may feel that you are giving signals like you are not truly invested or you're not interested in them at first, okay? So that's something that's coming out there. Maybe this is something that you need to work on. We've all got something to work on, of course. Maybe this is something that you do or you're aware of, and if you're not aware of it, perhaps it's not you. Maybe that's not the energy I'm connecting to, because I feel energy here where you're also connecting to, or you have connected to, someone in the past who withdrew or gave you mixed signals, okay? So, they blow hot and cold with you. And I feel like you're so not about this anymore. You've withdrawn from dating or the love scene because you have been hurt or you're protecting yourself. And some of you, it feels like, look, the Queen of Swords is in the resistance position there. I feel like you're a little bit detached from love right now because you're building a lifestyle for yourself, you're protecting your energy, and I feel like you're being guided away from a very difficult period. We've got the Death card there, we've got the Princess of Wands, we've got the Prince of Swords, and we've got the Nine of Cups. This is a really good spread here. The outcome is the most important, okay? So I feel what you've been experiencing right now has been a bit of a struggle. I feel like you've really been tested when it comes to love. But your outcome is the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. A dream come true. Prince of Swords here is a person who is going to change what it means to love for you. It feels like it's a lifestyle change as well. So this could be connected to some of you moving. So if you are thinking about relocating or you have plans to move to a different neighborhood, or perhaps you are, traveling is also a potential here because we have the Six of Swords. So some of you could be booking a vacation. But with that Prince of Swords there, it can indicate that you are changing something in your life that is major, and it puts you in the path to meet someone who is very good to talk to, someone who's passionate, someone who basically is a bit of a surprise, let's put it that way. I feel it breaks you out of this cycle of repeat, someone who is different from your usual type. So I'll get to that when I get to it. Let's dissect each card as it's come. We've got the Prince of Cups. So right now, this is your starting position. You have a lot of love to give. You are someone who is honest and true. You have a pure heart. And I feel this is about you having a lot of empathy for people as well. I feel a lot of you, and this may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor the energy that's come in there. I feel a lot of you have met people in the past who sort of came towards you because of your strength, but also because of your mystery. And I get an energy that these people, they were either going through something themselves they hadn't quite resolved, and there's a part of them that always needed fixing. They see your strength, and you are that lighthouse in their storm. So they've come towards you because you offer so much love. You transform them. But when you transform them, it feels like then it's an end of a cycle and they leave, because it feels like you give them some sort of ego boost or ego rub there, okay? Now, that's not a typical energy that comes out with this card. I have to honor the energy that's coming out, though. And I feel like if only you could see you the way other people see you. You are someone who is lovable. You're someone who is passionate. You're someone who's attractive, funny, kind, loyal. All of those wonderful traits that people really desire in a relationship. And you've got it all. And you have everything to offer in a relationship. So don't doubt your wonderful self. I feel like you have attracted people into your life to learn this about you. That, they tend to project their feelings onto you. And you tend to transform them and strengthen them. And, they gravitate towards you because to be seen with you, and I'm not blowing smoke up your, this is what's coming out. To be seen with you is something that people really desire. You actually have a lot of hidden admirers, people who tend to be in relationships as well, but you don't want that. I see that you're looking for something more loyal. You're looking for a long-term relationship here. But I feel right now, because some of you, you're not sure about love. Let's put it that way. It's starting to become your focus, your primary focus, because this is your starting card. So you are looking for love, and you may romanticize a sort of relationship you want. There is going to be an attraction coming your way. And for some of you, because I want to pull a card on this, because the Queen of Swords is in the crossing position, which means you're not talking to anybody right now. But there could have been somebody that you were a little bit unsure about, and it's finally over, whatever it is. It really didn't amount to what you hoped it would, but you're not allowing it to break you down, okay? I feel it's a struggle because you offer a certain style of love, or you offer a certain love language that you feel you haven't met in another person yet. So it's a struggle to find someone who can offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire. And you're not settling for second best. This is a card that indicates you're looking for the romantic love story. Now, when you get this card, it's attached to an invitation. Okay, so I am getting an energy. There is an invitation that will transform your life. Okay, now this could be a business invitation. It could be a friend invites you to something. It could be that you are invited to attend a conference, a meeting, or maybe it's something you're passionate about. But I am being given an energy of like invitations, parties, events. Some of you, because you've had the Ten of Swords in the past position, some of you have been a little bit in hermit mode. You may have been spending a lot of time at home, or you may have been like feeling a bit vulnerable. You didn't really want to go out there much, but your energy is changing. I feel like you're going to accept a lot of invitations that perhaps you didn't accept in the past. Something is changed within you because of the experiences that you've had, and now you're vibing at a frequency to attract love. I mean, this card tends to mean you attract a lot of attention, but you may not be aware of it, or if you're aware of it, it's like not hitting the spot. I feel like there's nobody that you would choose in your immediate circumstances. And Scorpio, you're the sort of person, you have to walk into a room and instantly know that's the one. Okay, so I feel right now, no matter where you've walked, you're not seeing the one. So I feel right now it's a bit of a struggle. But at the end of the day, I feel like you are someone who hasn't given up on love. You will return to happier times here. I feel like you've been dealing with a lot. Now, this could be a personal thing that you've been dealing with. It doesn't have to be that you were hurt in a relationship in the past, or even had a damaging experience in love. It can be that life is really hard right now, and you're just trying to stay on top of life, be organized, be really clear about what you want in a relationship, or be really clear about your projects, and just basically strategize to making life run smoothly for you. Because with the Queen of Swords in your crossing position, this can indicate right now you're more focused on your purpose, okay? Some of you, not all of you, but some of you may have even questioned your level of emotions. You may have felt, or someone may have even told you or tried to tell you, that you're too emotional, you're too deep, you're too intense, you're too blah, 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 blah. You're not too anything. You're exactly the way you are meant to be. And anyone who tells you that you are too much, it basically means that they are too little for you. And it's an indication here that that person is not the one. Okay, so I feel that's something that you are learning right now, because we all learn lessons in relationships and experiences. Now, the Queen of Swords in your crossing position, it can indicate that you just want someone who's honest. Okay, who is straight down the line, shooting truth, saying this is what I want in a relationship. And you may have met people who are either loose with the truth or could not be fully trusted in some way, or you may have felt that there was someone who was blowing hot and cold in your life. Now, this could be a past experience, because the Ten of Swords is in your past experience, which basically means painful relationships over. You're not going to experience those anymore. Something has ended. It made you feel vulnerable. You're healing from it. You're moving past it to the point where you're not even going to remember it anymore, because someone new is coming into your life that is going to offer an all-consuming relationship. Someone who is honest and true and loyal and wants the same things in a relationship that you want. Someone who is heading in the same direction as you. I'm getting like a major energy here that, especially since you have a Six of Cups. Now, Six of Cups, Mercury is no longer in retrograde, so it will be unusual to hear from a person from the past, an ex maybe, but it's not impossible. But what I am getting from this, especially with the Knight of Swords equivalent there with that Prince of Swords, basically, with the Six of Cups, it means that the past has nothing new to say. So you're moving forward. Forward only, not looking back. So with this Queen of Swords, it really stands to reason that, she tends to, and this is not a gender-specific reading, she tends to turn her back to the past. And this is also about looking to the future of what it is that you want. But it's a crossing position. So it can indicate that some of you may have been haunted by experiences that you had that would literally curl other people's toes. I feel like you've had to be strong because life has been challenging for you. I feel you've really been tested, maybe left confused when it comes to love. Some of you may have felt vulnerable when you're in love because of previous experiences that you had that may have been traumatic. It doesn't have to be to do with love. It can be that you had a personal experience that has made you feel very delicate when it comes to love, to expose that level of feeling that you have within you, and you may be trying to resolve some of those feelings within yourself. Now, I'm going to pull a card on this Queen of Swords because it can indicate that although you want love, somehow you feel detached. And that's probably because you haven't met the right person, the person who has that missing ingredient, the thing that you're looking for, that spark, someone that you can actually see a future with. And I'm going to pull a card on that because I'm also getting this energy that when you meet someone that you're attracted to, it almost feels like you go silent. You go inwards. You find it hard to flirt, even though you're actually a very naturally flirtatious person. Some people may misunderstand your friendliness with flirtation as well. And they'll know when a Scorpio is flirting with them, okay? Because you tend to have this very sort of sometimes sarcastic love language, and it's thrilling. But at the same time, the right person, they will take it in the right way, but the wrong person will take it as a slight. So I feel like you need someone who is on the same level as you in terms of your mental prowess when it comes to love there too. Let me just pull a card on that Queen of Swords for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Some of you may have even questioned your choices, is what I'm getting. Your choices with previous relationships, especially Four of Swords, yeah. Four of Swords is like to protect yourself. It is also an indication that you're withdrawn from love. You're not really talking to anybody. You're not focusing on love, although that is changing with that Prince of Cups. Princes in this deck, they tend to represent the knights in the tarot deck. So I feel this is about you honoring your own needs, trying to really fall in love with your own life right now, to honor your single life, to enjoy your solitude, to get to know yourself in a deeper way. Now, the Four of Swords tells me that actually you withdrew from love. The dating scene right now, I feel like you are closed off in order to heal a part of yourself or meditate on what it is that you want. I mean, this card can indicate that you're super busy right now and you're so bored of people's mind games. You're so bored of people not being really honest about what they want. You're so fed up of the way that the love scene right now, especially in the dating scene, is so transient. You're looking for long-term. You're looking for authenticity. You're looking for someone who invests in a future or in a relationship or even in the present moment, who is not just looking for the physical quick fix. So, right now I feel, even though you're single and you have chosen to withdraw, I feel like your guides have asked you to, step into your empowerment in order to not just be protected, because I feel you've been protected by a previous experience. So there could be someone that you were connecting to who either, I mean, with the Six of Cups there, this can indicate that they always try to reach out, remind you of the good old days, but they don't really take accountability for their actions. It can be someone who also you met connected to some sort of substance. So, for example, if you met someone out partying, drinking, having a good time, it could be that there was a very blurred kind of foundation with you and a person in the past, and it didn't go the way you'd hoped for, but both of you to some degree caught feelings. One person was very much invested, because I feel like you were very invested in this, and the other person, it felt like they gave mixed signals or blew hot and cold, and it took you a long time to kind of, I don't know if this is the word, it's almost like to extrapolate yourself. That's not the word, surely. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look that up. It feels like to untie yourself from this. There was some sort of bond between you and a person that you needed protecting from. So your guides remove this person from your life. Okay, now this doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be, a friendship, or maybe a situation where you had to be protected. You may notice that your friendship circles are getting smaller but stronger. I feel like you're going through some radical changes right now on a personal level, and you're learning to fall in love with your life, but also to love yourself in a different way, and love all those parts of yourself that have taken you a long time to love, to have compassion with yourself, to have emotional security within your choices, and implement self-care as well. As I feel a lot of you, an experience you had, you neglected your own needs afterwards, or maybe even during, okay? But that's coming out there too. So I feel a detachment from love. Even though you want it, it feels like you're not making an effort to find yourself in situations to find it. So some of you may have withdrawn. Now we do have the Six of Cups. It's on the earthly plane position, which can indicate there's a lot of nostalgia here. So it can be experiences from the past, either haunt you or come back towards you sometimes. But also the Six of Cups is an energy of it was easier to meet someone when you were younger, or there didn't seem to be any ulterior motives with people when you were younger. It was kind of like an energy of when you like someone, you get to know them and you build a bond with that person. And now it just feels like everything is so detached or transient, or it's just hard to find a soulmate in a sea of billions of people. It's like, is there a person laid out for you? Well, yes, there is. The Nine of Cups is a wish being fulfilled for you. So with that starting card there, the Knight of Cups energy, which of course is the Prince of Cups, it's the equivalent card, it can indicate what is your vision of love? What does the person that you want to find really look like? What is it that you want for your future? Because remember, that is a phoenix rising from the ashes. And I got to show you this card. I'm going to put my finger there because it's a little bit of a risque card that YouTube really does not like, okay? So we got the Ten of Swords in the past position. So something happened to you where it made you feel really vulnerable, and it was a very painful experience. So you're rising up from that, and it's been a struggle. It's been hard to heal, and it's been hard to detach and let go of these experiences. This card, it can indicate that whilst you remember the past, you're not going to forget it. You need to heal from it, but it can indicate that you are ready to build new memories with someone new. That whilst a past situation, it haunts you from time to time, or it's on your mind from time to time because you're trying to resolve it. You don't want to revisit it. You don't want to go back there, okay? Now, I need to pull a card on the Six of Cups because, of course, it's a very complex card that has a couple of meanings, and one of those other meanings are coming out for you right now, which means you will build new memories, and also the universe is about to step in to offer you a really innocent love, someone who it feels like first love, where there is no sort of love with conditions. There is no mind games. There is no kind of like hidden ulterior motives or, any toxicity. It just feels pure. It feels, loving, unconditional, kind. And I feel that's something that you are manifesting right now, because everything that we have in our lives, it starts with a vision. we think, oh, I would like that in my life. For example, I'm going to give you a really like basic example. It can be like a shopping list, okay? You think to yourself, oh, I really need some coffee. So I need to go to the store and get that coffee. It starts with a thought. If you're creating a piece of work, it starts with a thought, a vision, okay? And your starting cards are the Prince of Cups, which is the vision, okay? So you've thought to yourself, you know what? It's been a long time since I was truly loved by somebody, because you are lovable. You're starting with that card. And you may be thinking, you know what? It'd be really nice if I had someone. You don't need someone. Looking at the cards, you're a warrior. You've had a lot of experiences that taught you to be independent, because sometimes people let you down. So I really feel here that you are self-sufficient, because this card is a card that indicates that you don't really need anybody. Queen of Swords says, you know, you are someone who operates on your own terms. You are independent, and, you know, you got this. But ultimately, there's an energy here of, it would be nice to cozy up to someone at night. It would be nice to share my secrets with someone. It would be nice to flourish in a loving relationship. And you are going to get that wish. You're going to have a person who comes in and is a welcome addition to your life. Someone who is not going to cause destruction or mayhem or chaos. Someone who is going to come in and be on the same page as you and want the same things in the future. So let me just pull a card on that Six of Cups, because of course, Six of Cups, it can indicate not just nostalgia, but from someone in the past, you know, wanting to re-enter your life. So let me just pull a quick card, because I feel like you're so over this person, they cause pain. I actually see that this person is in pain themselves, and they come towards you when they need something, when they need healing or fixing, or when things are going really wrong in their life. They come towards you for anchoring. And I feel like, although you've been a wonderful, supportive person to this person, I feel like you're acknowledging that you're not here to be someone's emotional crutch. You're here to be loved. You're here to have that love story as well. You know, you can be a friend to a person and be supportive of that person, but when they consistently come towards you and they're giving mixed signals, enough is enough, okay? So we got that Three of Swords. Yeah, someone who's wishy-washy. What we've got here is the Page of Swords. We've got the Five of Cups. So letting go of that, the lament, the sadness, the regret for connecting to somebody who is not emotionally available, even though you may have seen some red flags there. And we've got like a Two of Cups coming. We've got a partnership, a relationship on its way for you. Someone who is loving and kind, someone who understands you on a different level, who's non-judgmental, who's a good listener, who has a lot of wisdom, and more importantly, is emotionally available. We've got that Three of Swords. So this is in your potential position, which is really to identify what's hurting you. Sometimes memories of the past can hurt us Scorpios. We do have a very rich inner world where we spend a lot of time in our imagination, our emotions as well, and we really feel it. You know, when you go back and think about a situation and you have that inner world conversation, the things you wish you could have said in a moment, the way you try and process things, you really like open the Band-Aid and touch the wound. You really feel it. So I feel a lot of you are learning to let go of that, to let the Band-Aid stay on and heal the wound, and then take it off when you're ready to face the fact that it's gone, it's over, it's healed, and it no longer has any power over your future happiness. So that Three of Swords, it's like something is painful, okay? And it feels very much like you are trying to move on from this, you know, but also it can represent struggle. But there is an energy of the Seven of Cups. So you could have connected, especially with the Page of Swords. I mean, Page of Swords energy, it just means someone from your past, they keep an eye on you. They keep tabs on you. They really want to know what you're up to. So they may come in from time to time and say, hey, I miss you. They just want to know if you're still there. Okay, so just be a little bit mindful of that energy, because it is very destructive. The Seven of Cups tells me that this person, I just want to show you there, tells me this person is not emotionally available. They're very wishy-washy, very indecisive. They may also have options. Okay, so I hate giving that message. Don't get me wrong. You know, I feel like there's a lot of love between you and this person. It's not just a physical thing, but I feel like they're just not capable of offering you a relationship that you truly deserve and desire. And they're also not capable of sustaining effort in a relationship, because this person is running away from a part of themselves. And because there's so many cups, the Seven of Cups can indicate disillusionment, but also, self-medicating. So if this person, like, they party, or I'm being given a song right now. Now, I was given this song before I even came to your reading, okay? So I got to be honest with you. I looked up the song and who it's by, because I don't know who it's by, right? I've heard this song quite a lot, but I looked it up before I came to this reading because I was like, oh, that's an interesting song. It sounds quite, joyous. But then when you really hear the lyrics, you're like, okay, but I left it there. I don't like to influence a reading. Okay, so I do know the name of the song and the person who sings it. It's by a person called Shabuzi, and a bar song it's called. Okay, now I am right now being given certain lyrics from that song. Okay, so let me just tap into the lyrics that I was given right now in this moment. They're not 100% the same lyrics as I was given beforehand, but let me just tap into that. Can't worry about my problems, can't take them with me. Me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street, I think it says. Okay, so someone who likes to party a lot, someone who is non-committal, maybe someone who likes to drink, because when you have so many cups in a card or in a reading, it tends to mean someone who perhaps is numbing some sort of pain or is running away from their feelings. So this person, they could have a lot of feelings for you, but they feel very exposed or very vulnerable, and they're just not capable of overcoming that insecurity or that pain right now. And I feel this person with that Page of Swords, either you're going to hear that song in the next coming weeks or months, and this person's going to reach out. They're definitely looking at you. They're definitely seeing your social media platforms if you have any. If not, you're going to hear from this person, because this is the lurker of the deck. Someone who keeps an eye on things, who always wonders what you're up to. Someone who's a little bit immature. I mean, they have a very sharp mind, but they actually may message you when they're not under the influence, is what I'm being given. And I feel they're curious to know what you're up to. So looking at the next card, I have to say you're letting go of this. It's too painful, or it's just disappointing. It always goes the same way. You've lost your taste for this. Some of you may even look at a present photograph of this person and wonder what you ever saw in this person. You've totally moved on from this person, and you're creating space for someone new. Right now, this can represent your figure, where you acknowledge all the things that went wrong. You may have also disappointment of the way it went wrong. You may even regret connecting to this person, but they taught you some lessons about your strength, your capabilities, and also that you are lovable. This person was projecting what they were going through onto you so that they could knock your confidence and keep you at a level that they felt would keep you by their side. Sometimes people knock each other's confidence in order to make sure they do not leave them. And I feel the person you were connected to is very, very destructive. Now, not everybody has connected to somebody like that, but if you have, this is definitely something that you're moving away from. And for some of you, you may have felt that love really never materialized for you. It can be, you're looking at all the things that you tried to connect to, but it just didn't go anywhere. And you're almost like giving up on love. This figure's not even looking for love. And suddenly, those two cups are appearing. That is a high-level commitment relationship right there. And you're not aware of it right now, but new love is coming into your life. And we have that fresh new start. We have the Two of Cups actually arriving. They're literally there in this card, and here they are materializing. But also, I feel this is about you being very precise about what it is that you want, and you are attracting a union right now where you will enter into a relationship where you become a couple, okay? It will be reciprocal. It will be friendship as well as love and passion. It will be a unified energy that lasts the test of time. This is a long-standing union that is blessed, is what I'm being given. There's a strength in togetherness there. So I really feel you're headed in the direction to meet someone new, but you've been processing something from your past. Doesn't have to be a relationship, but for some of you, you may have been attracted to a person that required fixing, or you felt in some way with your empathy you could understand the level of pain that they were going through, and that's what drew you to this person. Sometimes we are drawn to someone who is in a very similar vibration as ourselves. So if you have been in a vibration of pain or sadness, you may have been attracting people who are going through something similar, or who have a vibration where you come together in like a codependency, okay, where both of you play out some sort of karmic relationship until such time as there is healing or a moving away from the toxic energy, a realization, a wake-up call, an epiphany, or an end of an old way of doing something. So with this card, I'm just going to cover that as well. With this card, this is a card of ending painful situations. It's a card of letting go of something, or suddenly realizing that something or somebody has been causing you pain. Also, this can be that you haven't really been thinking about new love or entering into a relationship, and suddenly your thoughts are changing. There is a transformation here. This can also indicate that you're responding differently to love. You're not looking for love. You're not seeking love outside of yourself. It's like you would like it, but you're learning to fall in love with your own life, follow your passions, and the universe is actually going to bestow a person on your path. You're actually going to be guided to this person. Six of Swords tells me that you are being guided away from an experience that taught you a lesson, and now you're being guided towards the arms of your soulmate, is what I see there. Now, in the past position, the Ten of Swords indicates, difficult relationships are over. And also, if you have been feeling vulnerable in a relationship or vulnerable in your current circumstances, you're in a period of healing. Anything that is an ending, it is the gateway to a wonderful new beginning. So I feel like, you are at a position where the only way is up now, okay? We are moving to the potential position, Three of Swords, which of course is to identify the thing that has been causing pain, or sometimes our own expectations cause issues in relationships. So I definitely see that you're managing expectations. It's almost like you've been so disappointed in the past by other people or love in general that you've given up having expectations on what is possible in a relationship. And there lies a freedom, because when you allow a relationship to be organic and flow the way it's meant to flow with the right person, because you're about to meet that person, then you'll see that it's easier. You'll see that it's calm. You'll see that that person, they want to raise you up and not tear you down. So I really feel you're creating space for a loving relationship. Let's pull a card on the Three of Swords, because the Three of Swords can indicate that things are hard right now, and that you are currently lamenting something that perhaps didn't go the way you'd hoped, whether that's love in general. Some of you may never have had a relationship and feel, a little bit bereft, a little bit lost, like you're in limbo or drifting. Some of you may feel like you're just on autopilot right now, and you've got so many things on your plate that you try to make your life run smoothly. So you are so busy, you haven't had time to find love. And when you search, it always leads to pain, or it always leads to sadness. I mean, that Three of Swords, it's like the heart has an eye on it. So it's like your heart deep down, it may be searching or keeping an eye out for people, but it just feels like you end up disappointed, or it just feels like each time you try and search for love or put yourself in a situation where you're hopeful to find someone, it just feels like you're let down, or there's no one out there. No one's got that spark. But I do feel that's about to change. Six of Cups. Past, there's two energies with this card. It's like the exact same card. These, when you learn about spreads, you learn that these are opposing energies. So what's the thing that's causing pain here? Memories of the past. Let go of those, because they're now an illusion. Of course they happened, but they don't exist anymore. The person who caused you pain, they certainly have moved on from it. When we allow, those memories to sit with us and constantly remind us of a time where we were hurt, it's basically punishing ourselves for someone else's actions, and the only person it's hurting is you. Okay, so that's one thing that's coming out there. So that's really like an indication of let go of that past, but also it's like trusting the process, because the Six of Cups is the universe stepping in to offer divine union. Can also indicate that some of you, and this is not all of you, of course, Six of Cups can be to share. Okay, so it could be that you are thinking about seeing a counselor to share your experiences, to purify, purge these experiences. It will be cathartic. For some of you, you're learning to open up more, to trust in love again. So if you meet someone new, which I see that you will be, it's about opening up and trusting that this person is not going to hurt you. Now, there are no guarantees in life. That's life in general. You're aware of that. But I feel when you meet this new person, they're very protective over you, not in a controlling way, but the way they conduct themselves, their actions. This new person is going to give you no cause to feel like you don't know where you stand with this person. You will know. Okay. What else am I getting with this card? Now, when you go on a date with this new person, they're actually going to bring you a gift. Okay. This could be something that they've made themselves, but I feel like this person, they're going to bring you a gift, whatever it is. And that's another indication that they're invested. They're not just looking for a quick fix. Also, I'm being given an energy that you may catch up with an old friend who may invite you to something. Okay, so watch out for that, because I feel an invitation is important. It could be that they invite you to something that they're going to do. Maybe they're going to get married. Maybe they're, going to have a party overseas, or it feels like a reunion type energy going on. And at this place, there is a strong potential for you to meet a soulmate. But no matter what you do, you're going to meet this person. This person will always find their way to your path. Now we have the near future position, which is the Six of Swords. Now this indicates that you're coming out of turbulent energy. You're processing and moving away from difficult times in love. But because of your experiences, these are two very difficult cards. I can only shuffle the cards and the cards pop out. If I could choose the cards, I certainly would never have chosen those cards for you. And I'm sure some of the experiences that you've had when it comes to love, my beautiful Scorpio, you would not have chosen them either. But here we are, and that is the truth of the situation. But with the Six of Swords, you're protected and guided towards something greater. You're in a transition period, which can be very difficult. The future is unknown. I can see that you're going to be in a relationship, a loving one, that is going to transform your life. In actual fact, you're going to get a wish when it comes to love. You're going to feel completely fulfilled, but you're learning to be fulfilled with yourself first and the life that you have right now. So I feel like you will achieve your desires, though, and have a loving relationship that is passionate, always moving forward, progressing, and, is someone who is no nonsense, let me put it that way. But when you get a Six of Swords and it's combined with a 10 of Swords and a 3 of Swords, it can indicate, because of your previous experiences, whatever they may be, whether you were bullied in the past and had your confidence knocked, whether you witnessed parents or guardians divorcing and therefore your idea, the first foundation of what it means to love, is a turbulent one, whether it is that you have abandonment issues because someone ghosted you, left you, whether it is you were cheated on, or someone just didn't step up in a relationship, whatever your experience is, whether you've never had a loving relationship, this is a card that indicates that you are expecting troubles ahead because you're conditioned by the experiences that you've had already. So I feel this is about you freeing yourself up from those expectations in order to recognize and trust the process that the universe has shifted for you and is bringing you towards a loving relationship. So in this card alone, it can indicate that your guides stepped in and protected you for a period of time, removed you from situations, friendships, relationships, experiences that were causing trouble or pain in your life, so that you could have a smoother ride towards the lifestyle that you aspire to, but also the relationship that you deserve, okay? Now, we've got the Tower here. The Tower is reconstruction. So I feel right now, my beautiful Scorpio, you are under a period of reconstruction. You're rebuilding after a very turbulent time. But also, some of you, this is about you standing out from the crowd, that you are a very strong person and you really require someone who is strong enough to stand by your side. And you may not have met that person yet. I see that you are about to. Someone who is valiant, someone who is protective. Not that you need protecting, but someone who actually protects the sanctity of a relationship, who really is thoughtful, who actually honors your needs in a relationship. The Tower energy can also indicate some of you feel that you've been going round and round in a cycle of repeat, either with a person or in your experiences. Could be that you meet similar people and it always goes the same way, or you always start to invest in a relationship. You catch feelings and suddenly the relationship dissolves. It turns into nothing. And you're like, every time I feel like I'm getting close to someone, they get distant or they move away or something happens and it gets in the way. It doesn't really amount to much. Right now, you're liberating yourself out of that stuck situation. The Tower is to transform and to make you come out of a comfort zone, to see outside your usual parameters. I mean, I would say that the Tower is kind of an equivalent spiritually as a volcano. And we saw that volcano right at the beginning there. Oh, you didn't see it. I see it in the water. I'm scrying. I really wish you could see what I can see. But anyway, the Tower is in your advice to yourself right now. Okay, which is to break down anything that is not authentic and true in your life. You're changing frequencies. You are raising your vibrations in your life, which means, you see through people's motivations. All that is not authentic and true will be shattered, and you are rebuilding in your own authenticity and truth. Also, this can indicate, sometimes... And, this is an important card, right? It's a major arcana card, and I actually love it, okay? It's a Scorpio Aries card, and it means that you're a very strong person, very strong-willed. You've been through a lot, and sometimes the universe has sent you signs, and it says, move, leave that relationship, drop that experience, walk away from this. But you're very stubborn. You always try to make something work. And it can indicate that the universe gives you so many signs. It's like, I told you, there is a red flag. You should not have ignored it. And then suddenly, the universe has to get really critical and nudge you off that fence. For example, sometimes the Tower, it's on fire in this card, but it wasn't to start with. It can feel like you're building something with somebody and it starts to get a bit uncomfortable, a little bit stale. You're going around the usual cycles and it just doesn't feel rewarding. It doesn't feel enriching in any way. We get stuck in complacency, or we get stuck in some sort of drama or a cycle of toxic repeat. And instead of just leave, we allow it to fester, or it gets critical. And the universe says, okay, you ignored the signs, you didn't change, you didn't make the leap of faith. So therefore, I'm going to get the lightning bolt and hit the crown chakra. Crown chakra literally means you knew that you should have done something about this situation, or you know that it's time to change or let go of something. But now, since you haven't done that, it's time to set the building on fire. Things have to become so uncomfortable. So it forces you to leave a situation, because only then do you see how not good for you it was. Now, for some of you, you may have experienced that. But ultimately, what I do see here is that you're fed up of the same old stuff when it comes to love. Whether that's the dating scene, people being transient, not wanting to invest, people not being honest with themselves. You're looking for authenticity. And this card is an indication that you're breaking free from the same old cycle of repeat. You're liberating yourself, and now you know. There's an epiphany of what it is that you want. And, the Tower is literally a paradigm shift. It's a sudden upheaval. So either you suddenly decided to cut someone off, walk away from someone or something, or you're currently drastically transforming your life. And you've withdrawn from a lot of things because you are creating new experiences in your life. This is going to help you follow your true passions and put you in a path to meet someone new. Now, we do have the Death card, so it's in the circumstances outside of yourself. Now, I am getting two energies and I have to honor them. The first one, not a lot of people have experienced, but it is there. If this is something you've already experienced before you've come to this reading, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. It's really hard, okay, to process what you've been going through. Some of you may have been in love with a person and they have passed away or transitioned. The death card can literally mean death. And this is something that you've experienced because the Ten of Swords is in the past position. Now, when a person that you truly love passes away, it sets the precedent. Of course, you need to heal. You're going through a grieving process. So some of you are grieving. And then you have the difficult decision about moving forward, moving on. Do you allow new love into your life, or do you honor the person's, memory and stay true to them? I feel like the energy that's coming through is, of course, remember them and always honor them, but they want you to be happy. They want you to move on, and they're actually guiding you in spirit to meet someone new. So when you do meet someone new, there is going to be a memory of this person that shows up. It could be something really small that reminds you of that person who is in spirit, but that is their confirmation that they are happy that you move on. They are with you. They guided you to this person, okay? So take the time that is necessary to heal, to basically move through that grieving process. And I'm sending you so much hugs and love there. It is a difficult time, but I also see that they are around you and they are going to send you little signs. Mainly white feathers is what I see at the moment. But if I get any other image, I'll let you know. What is that? Okay. It's interesting. I'm being shown like, it's not a dice, okay, but it is the top. It looks like the top of a dice, okay, and it's got 5 black dots on it, polka dots. So either it is some sort of table that's white with black dots on it, or it could be something, maybe a t-shirt. I'm not seeing what kind of material it is. I'm just being given an image of 5 black dots on something. And I mean, 5 tends to represent some sort of challenge or struggle, but also dots tend to represent have fun, tap into that playful side of yourself. So this could be a sign or a symbol that you're going to see. I'm going to, with respect, move away from that energy, okay? Now, also, for the rest of you, the death card indicate that, you've left a part of yourself behind. And now you are honoring your own needs, because this is a Scorpio card, of course. So this is an indication that everything is about to change for you. Any ending brings a new beginning, and you're about to meet someone who is a meeting of minds, someone who is very passionate, who has the same thought processes as you, who is looking in the same direction and wants the same things in a relationship as you. But also, this is to break an old habit, to release yourself from something that is hindering you from moving forward. Whether that's the memory of something difficult that you experienced in the past, whether it is painful experiences that you had that you never want to repeat again, and you're just feeling in a protective measure, know that you're moving away from this and you are not repeating a cycle. You broke the cycle. For some of you, this is a really big deal. It can indicate that you are breaking down ancestral wounding. It can indicate that, there is something that is played out in your family lineage from time to time, whether it's insecurity, whether it's trust issues, whether it's people having affairs, whether it is, an energy of being disappointed with love in general. You're breaking that cycle, and it's a fresh new start for you. And now it gets interesting, okay? You're moving straight on to the Princess of Wands, which is the equivalent of the Page of Wands in the normal Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Now, this indicates soulmate energy, but also it indicates a loyal mate is coming in for you, and you are following your passions, or you're doing something you're passionate about when you meet this person. Now, the equivalent of the Page of Wands means it's time to look outside your usual parameters. It's time to get curious about who else is out there, because you're about to meet someone who has that spark, that chemistry. This card also indicates that you are finding your purpose. You're currently, trying to do new things, have new experiences in life, whether they are festivals, going to the cinema, art, movies, sporting events. I feel like you're trying to keep life fresh and exciting. And this is where you're going to meet this new person on a new adventure. Some of you, it's traveling, or you're being invited to something that you're going to that is something you haven't experienced in the same context before. So I would pay close attention to that. But also, this is a hope and a fear position. You're hoping to meet a loyal soulmate, someone who breathes life into what it means to love. You don't want the same old thing where people are bringing baggage from previous experiences in. You don't want people to be like wishy-washy, sitting on the fence. You want someone who is all in, and someone who offers long-term commitment. That's what this card represents. As you can see there, we've got 2 tigers as well. So this can indicate, two people who are feisty, passionate, sarcastic and exciting to be with. People who set each other's soul on fire. I feel like you need someone who's strong enough to walk by your side. And as you can see, that fire is burning. You need that spark. You need that person that you can see a vision of you and them together in the future. And, you need someone who sets your soul on fire. And I feel like you've been doing that with your own life, so you're creating space to allow this soulmate to come in. Now, the fear in this position, of course, is to struggle with someone who's immature, who doesn't know what they want, someone who doesn't really want to have that lust for life to go out and do things, someone who perhaps struggles with showing their passion, someone who's like super reserved. You also need the physical side of a relationship. So you need someone who matches your libido, is what is coming out there too. All these ingredients are very, very important. And with that 9 of Cups, it tells me that you're going to achieve all those ingredients. I mean, the Prince of Swords indicates you're responding differently now to love. And also you're about to meet someone who changes your life, transforms the way you think about love. This card indicates this person pledges an allegiance to love or to commitment, to contentment, to long-term relationships. This person, I feel, you're going to savor the moment with this person. There is going to be a conversation. I feel right now I'm going to have to pull a card on it, because the way I'm getting it is that right now you're processing something. You're focusing on life, keeping it running smoothly. You've been really busy. I feel like you are in a cathartic phase of your life where you're getting clear about what it is that you want, and you are trying to reconnect to a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, because I feel something radical has changed within you. And now you're trying to focus on your passions, what you're passionate about, what your purpose is all about. And, I feel that you're making some adjustments in your life, and these changes or this invitation, or you even relocating, because these 2 cards can indicate that you're relocating. I feel like you're about to walk straight into the 9 of Cups, which is your wishes fulfilled or a dream come true, because if you really dissect these cards, your Prince of Cups is the dream of love. And then you've got the 9 of Cups, which means your dream becomes a reality. So I just want to pull a card to see a little bit more, because the 6 of Swords in your near future position, it tells me you're going somewhere, or it tells me that you're protected and being guided towards someone new. But I just want to see a little bit more about that. We have the 6 of Pentacles and we have the Hierophant. Now, because there are 2 kind of energies that kind of showed up in your reading, because we have that 6 of Cups about the past, it can indicate that, reciprocity is something you've been learning about, not to be an overgiver, not to connect to anyone who breadcrumbs you. It can also indicate that, you're someone who is very supportive, and you tend to really help people out when they're in need. But make sure that when you're helping someone out, and of course if you've got feelings for that person, because I'm really connecting this to someone from the past, it feels like I want to look back with this person. Know that this person is going to keep coming towards you for your generosity of spirit. They're always going to be in need, and they don't tend to give back. So just watch out for that, okay? But also, when you get this card, it indicates the universe is stepping in to surprise you with an alternative resource. In this case, it's a love reading. So this means the universe is sending you someone who invests in you, someone who does not breadcrumb you, someone who is going to send you wonderful and remind you of the treasure that you are, because they are going to reflect all that you are in their behavior towards you. And of course, we've got the Hierophant, someone who wants a traditional relationship. This is a card that reminds you to have faith, but it also connects to someone who you can be in a long-term relationship with and get married to. Hierophant is the marriage card. So I do feel that if you want to get married, there is someone being sent to you. It's a nice surprise. And this person, it's a long-term relationship. And they want to invest in the convention of a relationship. They don't want to lead you down the garden path. They don't want to breadcrumb you. They don't want to have you as an option with someone else. This new person, they want the big love story that you do. And I feel it transforms the way you even look at love. So let's just close your reading. I mean, I would say for the people I'm tapping into right now, that you may meet someone just after the 6 weeks. I don't see it being in the 6 weeks. I see that you are actually going to be guided towards an experience or an invitation where, oh, no, I was going to go again, but my guide said, no, stop there. So, yeah, I feel like you're on a journey to honor yourself, your own needs, reignite that lust for life, your passions, and fall in love with your life. And you're about to be guided towards a person who falls in love with you as well. Now we've got wildness. That's exactly it. You are tapping into your wildness. Some of you may have felt that you've been on autopilot, or life has been very still, and you may have felt that you've been disconnected in some way from that inner wild. Or you may have felt that previous experiences or people have tried to knock that wildness out of you. Don't ever allow anyone to, change who you are. I feel like you're rewilding yourself. Let's put it that way. You are a person who is electric, and you are actually calling in someone who is going to reignite that spark in your soul. There is going to be a deep connection that is passionate and also loyal. It says electricity, so you're about to meet someone, of course, where there is a lot of chemistry. It's number 36, and of course, this is an energy of, you not imposing any self-restrictions on yourself. It's about taking immediate action to peacock yourself, get yourself out there. It's about you rising from a difficult period. It also indicates that you contain that spark of divine. You're passionate. Allow that passion to come to the surface. Be your authentic self. Be wild, be quirky, and be you. This is also a card where you embrace your passions. You're breaking free from any limitations. That's why the Tower is in your personal advice position. So it's like break free from any restraints. Set your world on fire. Rebuild. Forget the past. It's got nothing new to say there. So I'm quite excited about this. And also we've got companionship. Animals. Now, there may be some connection with this person and animals, but ultimately, I feel this is also indicating a couple of things. One is you may be adopted by a pet very, very soon, or you could actually be thinking about adopting a pet, and perhaps this is how you meet this person. Maybe it's through an invitation, through something to do with, teaching a pet, or, adopting a pet, or maybe walking a pet in some way. But ultimately, when you think about animals, it's like animal instinct. It's about following your passions and following your intuition, and knowing that your intuition, it never leads you astray. I mean, also, it's number 21, which is the World card energy, which means success, the completion of a cycle. The karmic cycle is ending in order to open you up to passionate new love there. And of course, this is a card that indicates we all have a superpower. And you have been put on pause right now from the dating scene in order to discover yours, or rediscover yours, because I feel some of you may have tapped into it when you were younger, but somehow life, it was hard. It was a struggle. It's really tested you. And it's kind of like either dampened your shine in some way or knocked your confidence, and now it's about getting back to best. This is about taking time out to share your gifts and your passions with the world. It's about having an experience in life, and that you are about to open yourself up to a natural affinity to things. And what I mean by that is animals, they're all going to be attracted to you. You're going to be in this level of being in sync. People are going to talk to you out of nowhere. It can also indicate that you're trying to have a little bit more of a nomadic lifestyle. And it can be that when you choose some sort of lifestyle choice, that this is where, you know, the right people, right situations are going to be drawn towards you. No matter what path you find yourself on, because you're making great decisions for yourself, you're headed straight towards a love wish. Okay, so I will leave it there. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, so we have the dolphins. Now, the dolphins can represent play, okay? It can indicate an affinity between two energies where you come together. There is a deep bond, but it's also like embrace your playful spirit. You may meet this person out and about. Maybe that's what that song's about. Maybe you're going to hear that song because it connects to partying in some way. It can be that you have a lot on your plate right now, but don't forget to have fun. Also, you know, the dolphins could represent a place or an area where this person comes from or where you come from. Maybe there's a team that's connected to the dolphins in some way. Maybe it's a logo or an image that you'll see. I mean, maybe it's that you're going on a vacation and you're going to meet this person there. So please pay attention to any of these signs, signals. They may mean nothing in this moment, but suddenly everything starts to make sense. And finally, we have the giant rune. Now, this is important, especially since you've got the Six of Swords there, because it is a rune of protection. You're being protected from difficult times. You've had those, you know. We have to recognize that when we're healing from something, we're not healing just to deal with the pain. We're healing to allow fun and laughter and love back into our lives again. As I said with that Six of Cups, you will return to happier times. You will build new memories with someone who has so much love to offer and is emotionally available. Also, some of you are trying to break down a wall of protection that you've built around your beautiful heart because of those experiences. Know that this too shall pass, and you shall be open to love again, and it will be fun and playful, and it almost feels like first love again. I'm also being given an energy of after a period of non-action, it's like suddenly there is action. Suddenly, someone new comes into your life. And some of you, not all of you, but I am, and I think I mentioned this earlier, there may be someone from your past who is a friend that you haven't spoken to for a while. They may reach out. Either it's reunion vibes or someone invites you to something. I feel like they may inadvertently, because I feel like it's not a setup. I'm not feeling that someone sets you up. They may inadvertently put you in the path to meet someone new by inviting you to an event where one of their friends are there, and it just feels like it's right. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Scorpio. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.